Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide, he is the blue Terran. He is Dream. And in the bottom left-hand side, he is the red Protoss from Team Envy. It is Creator. So, PVT, we're back to this. So, we did see Zaun earlier, who unfortunately did just get eliminated. He did 2-0 cure with his, the standard Colossi Disruptor against Terran, but he also added in Carrier and Tempest once Cure thought to himself, okay, what if I go 30 Vikings a game? Because, Vikings destroy Colossi, and they also do very well against Carriers, but not against Tempests and Carriers and Storms, unfortunately. So, Creator going to send this probe over, get a scout, see what's happening. As he's going to start tasering this SCV, this poor SCV. Before it finally is going to run, as both these players playing pretty standard so far. Once this barracks finishes, probably going to be a Reaper going across the map from Dream, trying to scout out what's happening. Gateway does finally come up from Creator. He's going to throw down the Cybercore before he throws down his Nexus, which will go down here in just a second. There's the Nexus right there for the natural. This probe from Creator still wandering around going, oh yeah, it's a nice base here. Maybe what happens if I throw down a pylon? But Dream's saying, nah man, you ain't getting no pylon down. It is not happening. I'm going to throw this command center first. So, orbital command just finishing up. Reaper almost done as well. Going to go across the map as the SCV from Dream wandering through, seeing what's up. Cybercore does finish just as he gets here. And he's going to wander back home immediately. The Reaper now on the way as well. Gonna hop into the main base of Creator, see what's up. I mean, he just saw it with the SCV, and he's just gonna wait here. Stalker on the high ground, and Reaper's immediately gonna run home. Does take 3 shots and goes down to 21 health, but Combat Drug's gonna regenerate that pretty quickly. At home, Dream is throwing down a bunker, and Creator is going into sentries and Warp Gate, which is about a quarter of the way done. Reactor is now being built on this barracks, so once it finishes, Factory could very possibly lift up and switch onto that reactor, start producing double Hellions, or since he's against Protoss, double Widowmine is also an option, as they also deal extra damage to the shields. Starport now being added on as 2 Marines hop into the bunker. Let's see. Well, Marines still being added, so the factory is not on the reactor. It's just going to be reactored Marines, as a Hellion is going to wander across the map here with that Reaper friend of his that is still there from earlier. Did take some damage from the Stalker. Hellion's going to wander around. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no lower bracket. So, Warp Gate does finish here in 6 seconds for Creator. As Dream continuing on. Blink's now started as the Reaper in the main base is going to get picked. I think he picked maybe one. I don't even think he picked a probe. No, he just did some damage to him. He took the shields off one. Meanwhile, at the bottom of the natural crater, continuing to add on more gateways. A robo is dropped finally. Barracks number 2 now being added on, as here come 2 Widow Mines. So, he did it without the reactor. That's perfectly fine. He can just do it like this as well. He definitely knows Terran better than I do. And, so, Medevac going to make his way over. Ooh, I think that Stalker actually might have seen it. No, he does not. Well, here we go. This Hellion is going to get sniped by these 2 Stalkers. Widowmine going into the natural, and it is going to burrow. I mean, it's, yeah, 1 probe. Goodbye, Mr. Probe. Oh, he actually, Creator gets to snipe the second one as the Medevac, losing a lot of its health. It took 150 damage, only 50 health left. Is going to sit there and boost on out, run away, run home. So, Robotics Facility is going to be added on for Creator, as he's going to continue to go into the standard Colossus and probably Disruptor here very soon. Blink just finishing up here in 5 seconds. Mule's dropped by Dream, as the Mule Hammer is strong with this one, as is most Terrans. Reactored Marines still very strong, coming along. Third Barracks now coming up with a Tech Lab. Going to start Stim Pack and Combat Shields, if not Concussive Shells as well, once he starts making Marauders. Yep, so once this Raven finishes, this Barracks is going to switch onto this Tech Lab so we can start Marauders and probably Combat Shield, since Marauders are, yep, so there's that. Marines started, not Marauders, okay, that's perfectly fine too. I mean, against Stalkers, usually Concussive Shell Marauders are very good, but, you know, Marines are also very good, especially in the numbers that he has, which is like 17. He's going to go up to about 21 or so here in a second. Yep, 19, 20. I miscounted. Oh well. 6 Stalkers from Creator, sitting outside of Dream's Natural, as Creator is on to his third base. Oxide is one of those interesting maps here, where, you know, he has to go down the ramp to the Natural, which you do in some maps, but not all of them, and you have to go up here. The only issue is you have to defend from here and through these rocks as well, and over here. So, right now, we do see this. Medevac with 8 Marines is loaded in here as the Stalkers dare to dream. But Creator is not a joke. He is indeed not. I think he's rated top 50 Protoss at least. I'm pretty sure it's more. I just don't know the exact number. Stalkers blink away from this Marine Medevac Siege Tank and Marauder. He's going 1. He has infantry weapons 1, combat shields, and Stim Pack here, all finishing up here within the next 20 or so seconds here. As, well, here we go. An Observer is going to get sniped. Combat shields does finish. Concussive Shells is started. I'm not sure if Dream is going to sit here and elect to wait, but it does not look like he is, as a tank is picked up. More Medevacs are still being added on here. Stalkers again blinking away. Colossi are finally here. 2 Colossus. They do not have Extended Thermal Lance yet. Zealots do not have charge yet either. Extended Thermal Lance finishing here in 12 seconds. Dream is not going to attack before that. He's actually electing to destroy the rocks here. As well, here we go. Tanks are sieging here. Force fields dropped, trying to keep this back. 1 Colossi able to do literally nothing because of the interference matrix, because of that Raven. So, Terran finally is going to destroy those rocks. Force fields fade away. And he's going to continue to push forward. Tank sieging, not in a very good place, not altogether at all. Another tank is going to make it across as they start sniping these pylons, going down pretty quickly. 4 tanks with Marine Marauder, and 10 Marauders and 21 Marines. Stalkers not surviving very long at all. 1 goes down almost immediately. Now, well, here we go. Colossi, Stalker, and some Sentries and a Zealot are going to try to get in here. Raven's just wandering around going, can I drop another interference matrix? Well, Immortals are starting to be produced. Stalkers almost obliterated immediately. 1 does fall. 3 of them are saved, though. More Zealots are being warped in here. Terran is now going to move over here. Tanks are not sieged. Creator realizes this is his chance to go in, and he is going to go in. Colossi, Stalker, Immortal, and Zealot are trying to get in against this tank, against so many tanks, and it's just not working, unfortunately. 3 tanks able to just absolutely shred it. You need your ground weapons 1 to be able to break through that, unfortunately, Creator. Battery overcharge is activated, trying to get as many shields back as he can in case Dream was going to attack again immediately. But Dream heading home. He has done a decent amount of damage so far. Units lost right now is looking pretty... yeah, Dream is ahead pretty significantly. 1,500 minerals ahead and about 400 gas ahead. Almost 5. Warp Prism from Creator going across the map. 4 Zealots are warped in, but look, the Viking is... No, you picked up the Zealots. What? No, don't do that. Oh. Creator. I'm sorry, man. That was just unfortunate. Taking a little bit of a bad loss right there with those 4 Zealots. Terran Army is just positioned right here outside the 3rd base. As Dark Shrine from Creator going down. Disruptors being added on. Weapons 2. And Infantry Armor 1 does complete for Dream here, as it looks like that's going to be his next timing to move out. Well, there we go. Immediately taking down Observers. Zealot trying to 1v3 a Marine and 2 Marines and a Marauder. And more Zealots coming across. They're just kind of wandering through, taking these hits. And, yep, there we go. Goodbye. Terran Army is going to wander forward here. tanks are sieging, and Stalkers, okay, nice purification of onto 3 tanks, doing a lot. Once he gets another one up, he is going to be able to just shred those tanks if they do not get unclumped. Okay, well, one of them moves forward a little bit. 3 of them are sieging forward now. More Marauders are being added on. Enhanced Shockwave for the Ghosts, and 3 Ghosts being added on as well. More Disruptors coming out, though, and Dark Shrine almost up here. As, you know, as the Phoenix is just going to get eliminated by these Vikings immediately. I think that's 1 Zealot. Yeah, that's 1 Zealot. He killed 3 SCVs. He did a good job. But now there are 2 Marines and a Ghost. Well, I mean, the Zealot, again, trying to be the hero that he always is. 9 SCVs have gone down as Creator, sorry. His Creator makes another split attack here. Taking out 12 SCVs so far, now 13, and finally 14. Zealot's not going to charge on this tank. They will not get the tank. They do a decent amount of damage to it, but Dream is able to force them back. 2 Zealots trying to run home. There is no Warp Prism, though, unfortunately, my friend. But, you know, Creator now ahead after the 14 worker losses that Dream did take from those run-bys. Ground Weapons 2 finishing up here in 4 seconds as the Armory and 3 more Ghosts along with a Sensor Tower are up. This Dark Templar is trying to run into the scan, unfortunately. As, you know, DT is running around. He does notice that, finally, and he loses 2 more SCVs here. Missile turrets going down, trying to deny the DTs as much as possible. Dorito cannon all over the Protoss army, and nothing really happened off of it, though. Finally, it does wear off. No more Dorito cheese on them. Observer making its way across the map. Zealots continuing to do their nasty little run-bys. He picked 14 SCVs last time. I think it's 16 in total that Dream has lost. Creator now skyrocketing to 78 SCVs here on 5 bases. Stalkers are blinking back immediately the second they see those tanks start firing at them. Medevacs are going to boost on over here and are going to run and try to drop into the main base of Creator. Meanwhile, Dream with a counterattack, with a counterflank down here. Shadow Stride is finishing up here in 2 seconds. It's done now. And it looks like Dream is going to... Creator, sorry, I keep saying, getting these two confused. Creator is going to lose his 4th base, unfortunately. So, Stalkers, I mean, 2 Purification Novas go out. Nothing happens off of them, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Dream dropping out into the main base. Lots of Marine Marauder and Ghosts. Disruptors get EMPs dropped all over them again and again and again. You know, finally, Dream is forced to pick up and run home. He has picked the entire 4th base down here as the Stalkers and the Colossi finally force this attack back. Creator holding on. Did unfortunately lose his base here as, I mean, Dream, you flew over one. You gonna leave it? Okay, Dream's feeling generous today. He's leaving it. Doesn't want to be attacked by these Stalkers that are there. I don't think he has enough in those medevacs to fight it, actually. He only has, what, a Ghost, a Marauder, and a Marine? I mean, he might, but, you know, the rest of the army's right there. So, smart decision not to take that. Observers are sitting across the map, getting a nice vision line. That one barely missing the scan here from the Orbital Command. As the Terran army is going to move forward, stimming. As tanks are sieging. Purification Nova almost hitting a few of those 2 frontal Marine and Marauder. Unfortunate, if they got hit, they would have no longer been with us. So, tanks do siege here. They are not in range just yet. Finally, he gets high ground vision. He's going to start shelling that pylon. Infantry Armor 2 is about to complete Drilling Claws, about 3/4 of the way done, and Ship Weapons 1 has also started. So, we're seeing a very similar to Zound versus Cure. As Purification Nova goes out, it does not hit anything yet again. 2 more go out again, missing. Drilling Claws finishing here in about 12 seconds. No Widow Mines are in production right now. I'm not even sure if he has any. He has 1. Purification Novas are just going absolutely wild. I mean, Creator's doing a great job not to fight into the tank line here. Nexus eventually does go down along with 15 probes. And, well, you know, Dream eventually forced back by Creator here. More Purification Novas being dropped. 1 Marauder gets destroyed by that Purification Nova, unfortunately. And, yeah, I mean, another base is picked, unfortunately. The 2nd 5th base of Creator, after the 4th one, did get picked down here. Now he's going to run onto this Marine Marauder tank. Tank picked immediately as all of the Protoss army is just going to jump right on top of that and are able to destroy most of that. Now they're going to go onto the rocks and try to get this. It does give Creator a Dream a little bit of time. to siege his tanks. He does it with one, and there are Vikings here. Now the rest of the Terran army is going to move forward, drop an EMP onto this. And, well, now Ship Weapons 1 is finishing here in about 10 seconds. He does not have a lot of Vikings, only about 5 right now. It's mostly Marine, Marauder, and Ghost with some siege tanks still. As Dream now on to his 5th base. He is making 2 more over here, and one of those is becoming a planetary. Creator again trying to take his 5th base for the 3rd time, as he did lose the 4th and that 5th just there a minute ago. Protoss Army is going to walk forward, blinking right on top of the tank. Tank does go down here. Nice Purification Novas are destroying a few of those tanks. The second one does miss here. Tanks do unsiege here. He does not see this with an observer, though, unfortunately. Creator trying to... Oh, no, don't run up into that. That Ghost is going to get immediately picked. There is no... They are not cloaked right now. I don't think he does not have the upgrade. Nope. So, no Ghost cloaking right now for the Terran player. Ground Weapons 3 does finish here, as the 5 Zealots that were just standing here, minding their own business, are going to get picked here by the Marine Marauder. They're charging in. The rest of the Protoss Army has finally joined them. Nice EMP dropped on a lot of the Protoss Army. They now have to regen all their shields. Creator doing a great job staying in this. He's also up supply, army supply at least, on Dream, who is trying to fight this. But in the meantime, a bunch of Marauders and Ghosts run down here with 2 medevacs. They are not going to get a lot. More Marauder, Marine, and Tank join them here, as the Protoss is going to walk out here. Observer is spotting this. He does see the Vikings here. Stalkers, will you blink forward? You need to get on top of these tanks or just back off immediately. Purification Novas, 2 of them go down. Oh, okay, he does pick 3 Marines there with that second Purification Nova. 3-3 Bio is finishing here for Dream here very shortly. Meanwhile, another drop in the main base of Creator. Another nice mass recall. A few of the units are recalled home. I'm not sure if he is going to be able to hold this here. Meanwhile, he is also fighting here. One Disruptor is going to fall here, and it looks like Dream is going to be able to fight through this. Ghost, nice EMPs here, dropping almost all the shields of the Protoss in the main base, but he is going to, be forced back. Going back, fighting with the rest of the army. Ghosts need to get in here and drop some nice EMPs. Zealots charge forward. They try to get into this, and it's not going to be enough, I don't think, as the Terran continues to push forward. Tanks are not helping push forward right now here, as Colossi and Archons are going to get EMP'd. Another Archon is going to form in here. A sniper refinery. Some of the tanks on siege and are going to move forward here, as the Terran is going to continue to push very, very hard. Creator falling behind in supply now. He's down SCVs. He's also down workers, yes, SCVs are workers indeed. Zealots charging the tanks here. Finally, it looks like Creator has fallen. He's fallen way too hard. He's at 108 supply to 177. GG should be called here just momentarily, as it looks like Dream is going to take game number 1 here. So, nice game from both those players in the first game of the best of 3. I think that was a 16 or 18-minute game. After this, I think we have Armani and Stats as well. Something to look forward to. Game 2 is going to be on Lightshade. Getting all the casters in once again. Dream and Creator, Game 2 on Lightshade. Very, very standard PvT game in Game 1. As both players did go for the, Colossi Disruptor against Go. Yes, good. Okay, cool. Hopping into this game without much of a delay. Both players went very standard with, Siege Tank, Marine, Marauder, Medevac, and Ghosts. Ghosts always really strong against, anything with shields, or energy for that matter, so, But here we go, hopping into Game 2 between Creator and Dream on Lightshade. spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of a light shade, he is the blue Terran. He is Dream. He's also currently up 1 game. And in the top left-hand corner of light shade, the red Protoss, up 1 game. No, down 1 game. He is from Team Envy. He is Creator. So, okay, that's a I think that's a little bit early of a scout for a Creator. Might be going for some some interesting thing, or just going out to check and make sure that Dream is not doing anything too crazy. Probe making his way across the map very slowly. Their little rocket boosting jets not being able to propel them extremely fast like a Phoenix. Come on, guys, just put the Phoenix engines on a probe. Maybe it'll go zoom extremely quickly. You won't ever miss anything. Scouting Phoenix? Nah, man, scouting probes. So, Creator, just sitting here at the natural, gonna patrol. At home, probe comes out to the natural, and he's gonna throw down a Nexus very shortly. Gateway almost done. He's probably going to go for the Gateway Nexus Cybercore, or he can throw down... Yep, so the Cybercore is going to drop first. So Gateway, Cyber, and then Nexus right about now. Dropped, yep. Perfectly normal. Orbital Command and Reaper from Dream. Again, very, very standard from both these players. No one wants to cheese today, apparently. I know somebody said they wanted to see a Max Pax proxy Void Ray or something of that nature, but... I don't think we're going to see it. That probe barely survives, and he is going to get out. So, SCV from Dream. Across the map. He's going to scout at the natural about halfway done. Cybercore again finishes when he gets out. Adept is chronoed out. Creator knows that the Reaper is on his way across. I wonder how much damage this Reaper can do. It's probably not going to do a lot, considering the Adept is out now. Well, by the time this Reaper hops into the main, it's going to be out. It's not as fast as the Stalker in Game 1, but Oxide is a little bit of a longer map than Lightshade. As the Reaper immediately going to hop back down. Creator dropping a Stargate. Might try to do some harass with Oracles or something of that nature. No proxies on the map anywhere, unfortunately. Reaper is going to be chased around by this Adept Shade. It is not fast enough to catch it without the Shade, unfortunately. Gonna hit it with that ball of light, I'll call it. As the bunker does finish for Dream on the other side of the map. Reaper again, gonna get chased down by the Shading Adept. As combat drugs are going to kick in, and, you know, another ball of light going out. Second one again will not hit it because the Reaper is too fast. He has his jetpack today, unlike those probes earlier. And now there's another Adept shading across the map here. That Reaper forced to run home. And, well, here's a fire car, which does pretty well against light Adepts, considering it's light. But, you know, Adept's also doing a decent amount of damage to that Hellion. Creator going to shade in here and see what he has to deal with. Adept is going to cancel its shade, and the Hellion, making its way across the map here, is going to see what it can get done for some damage here. Adept is going to meet it. Goes in, starts shooting the probes. Again, they don't take as much damage because, you know, shields, everyone. Shields are really good. One Hellion, can't really kill anything. Doesn't kill anything. Just gets killed by an Adept. Unfortunate. Vikings already in production here from Dream. As Phoenixes and more Gateways, along with Warp Gate, just finishing here in 2 seconds. Adepts continuing to flow across the map, just a few of them. It's only about 3 right now. As Creator takes his 3rd base down here in the light shade line down. So, Viking from Dream patrolling, seeing if there's going to be any Warp Prism harass here. And nice, he sees it on the natural, raises the supply depots immediately. Second Death Shade cancels, he's gone, he's leaving. Lowers them again. Creator continuing to drone up here. Probe up, my bad. I'm a Zerg player, you can tell immediately by that sentence. And Phoenix patrolling up here for Creator, and down here for Dream. There's a Viking patrolling for these, for any drops or any shenanigans of that nature. 3 Phoenixes making their way across the map. We saw Zaun use Phoenixes extremely well against Cure here again in Game 2. As here we go. Barracks is going to lift off. Phoenix is going to start gravitating things up here. Viking and some Marines with a little help from a Cyclone, trying to pick this Viking, that nice micro here by Creator, saving that one Phoenix that was targeted by the Cyclone. They do not have Magfield Accelerator yet, as Robotics Facility I just saw did finish for Creator. He's going to go for the same type of playstyle that he went for in the first game, with that Colossi Disruptor, Stalker Sentry, Zealot Ball. Probably including some Archons once he gets the Templar Archives. And the Twilight Council, that is too. Oh, going for a 6-minute fourth base as well. He wants to go for what seems to be a version of what Zaun did with the extreme late game Protoss army. As both players continuing to produce Siege Tank out here is sieged up, as Creator decides to stay on 2 bases for right now. It's going to be probably another 2-base tank Marine push. Phoenix is here. 5 of them now flying in. They're going to do a lot of damage. Oh, nice Widowmine shot. Almost kills. Okay, it's going to get ripped out of the ground, though. No armor yet, as the Cyclone is going to try to target one down. Now there are 6 of them. They're going to run home. Well, they ripped the Widowmine out of the ground. Nice try. It had a dream. It did not get to achieve the dream, unfortunately. Dream's Widowmine did not get the dream. Sadness. Combat Shield finishing up here in 5 seconds as the Observer for Creator is sitting there, just checking out what's going on. Phoenix has finally come back to the 3rd base, as the 4th base of Creator is almost up. Colossi now sitting around here, and he is going to walk to this 3rd base to join the rest of the army, as 2 Adepts, 2 Sentries, and a Stalker with 6 Phoenixes and an Immortal too, are just sitting here with the Terran army waiting for them. Little bit of what might be a drop is moving across the map for Dream right now. Nope, he's just going to wander back and forth. Just going to wait in the grass. Those line of sight blockers are pretty nice. Smaller army from both players so far. Granted, we're only 7.5 minutes in. Creator seems to be playing a lot more macro focus this game, with a harder focus on economy. So here we go. Protoss is going to get locked on here. We do have Magfield Accelerator. No, we do not. It was just still in range. Just looked a bit weird. So here we go. Terran army walking around. 2 Widowmines are with this. If they get a nice shot on these Phoenixes, this could end very quickly, as Dream is doing a very strong 2-base push here. Creator, though, he does have a nice army here, which can defend pretty well against this here. There's only 1 Colossus out. 2 Colossus are out right now. The other one finally. Nice flank here. A little bit of a sandwich attempted by Creator. He is falling in supply right now, as he's forced to warp in 4 Zealots here. Nice battery overcharge trying to save this. Phoenix is onto the Medivacs here, as another Zealot's going to come forward and get picked immediately. Oh, the Colossi that's almost done does not get to finish. That's very unfortunate. Creator continuing to fall in supply here, unfortunately for him. More Terran units continuing to flow across the map. There is a 3rd base, but, Stim, forward, Marauder Siege Tank. The Zealot's not able to do enough. It looks like the Terran player is going to be able to get through here, as the mainly Marauder Siege Tank, Medivac, and the few Marines that remain are still going to continue to do as much as they possibly can. And they're going to stim into the main base here. High Templar being warped in. Creator, I'm sorry, you fell below 100 supply. Creator, Dream is still streaming units across. It looks like this is going to be it from Dream. He's absolutely going to be able to take this here. Creator's going to GG out here in a minute, as all of his structures become unpowered. And, well, not much else to say here. Terran continuing to flood units in. Void Rays are being produced. Ground Weapons 2 gets denied. Unfortunate here, as Dream is going to be up 173 supply to 80. Creator is trying. He's dropping as much as he can right now. I mean, the Widowmines are picking almost all the probes. The probes trying to get us surrounded the Siege Tank. Creator not willing to die. He's trying as hard as GG's finally called. And Dream is